Good morning, folks. Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. It is a beautiful November morning. It's in the 50s, and a cow calf mob is coming at us. Bringing them over onto Steve and Cindy's. This is the farm that we have the lifetime lease on. It was our very first farm that we leased in 1999. This was all broom sedge. Been hayed and hayed and hayed until all it would grow was broom sedge. And today there's not one single plant on this area here that has broom sedge anymore. It's gone. So cattle unrolling hay, trampling carbon on the land, giving it a good recovery period, pushed the broom sedge out, and today it's growing a really good stand of grass. This is a cool season. It's fescue, orchard grass, red clover, got some bluegrass in it. They're coming off of jacks. This is there's 72 acres over there that hooks on to the lifetime lease. Jack passed away several years ago. We were able to buy it from his daughter and son, and so it all stayed together. That was pretty nice. So the first thing we did when we bought Jack's is we didn't have any water over there other than above ground water pipe, and so we buried it. We buried the water line, and now we've got quick couplers. We had Drew come in and he put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 couplers on that 72 acre. And it's nice. You know, you just plug in your water hose. That's what Isaac's over there right now, taking it apart. I'm gonna go there and pick him up in a minute. But this was grazed about 60 days ago. Of course, we haven't had any rain until the last 2 weeks. It waited till November to start raining. And I'm gonna have Joel grab the foil and go pick up Isaac. He's got the water in the tank over there. I'm telling you though, folks, these calves, it's unbelievable. The spring calves, the small ones, of course, of those 28 that came out of our fall calving cows, they've all been put together now, but we've still got what we just came off of over there, even though we didn't get any rain. These are all calves. Yeah, you little bull, you're letting us know it too. Got some really nice yearling bulls this year. They're not yearlings, weanlings you would call them. That cow, she's grazing the grass under that calf's back leg. But we stuck together this morning. We usually split up to do chores. I usually do the bulls and the steers, and I send the boys, Isaac and Joel, over to do the cow, calf, and the sheep. But this morning we're staying together so we can get done as a unit. We're going to head over to the new farm, the one we're working on building the perimeter fence. We got all our supplies and all the bracing corners are in, and we're really going to be able to make some, as the old timers used to say, we'll be able to make some hay today. We're going to string some wire. So the laborsome, time-consuming part is done, which is driving the corners, putting the braces in, drilling, putting all the insulators on, driving the timeless post, getting everything lined up. And now, well, we still got to drive timeless post. I didn't think about that, some of that, but that doesn't take any time. They go in the ground quick, especially, we got another inch of rain yesterday. Rained I don't know, 4 or 5 hours yesterday. Couldn't believe it. Looked in the rain gauge this morning and it had another inch. So that gives us, we were sitting at 4.5, so that gives us 5.5 inches in about 14 days here in November. Folks, I looked at the forecast. It's 60s. At night, mid 40s. There's a couple days there. In 10 days from now, I think it does get down to 28. But this fescue is kind of liking this cool weather, you know, and now we're getting moisture. We're still growing some grass. So I'm excited about that. You can grow grass, you know, here we are the 20th? 19th, I'm sorry, 19th. Yeah, we leave for Quebec. We're going to the Quebec conference. I'm a speaker there. That's going to be on Friday. So those of y'all in Quebec, check it out. Going to be there. It's an all-day conference, and giving four different presentations there. So Jan and I'll be heading out there. Actually flying out on Thursday morning. But yeah, it's very, very welcoming to be growing grass in November. You can see this fescue still growing. Look at the tips. See? They're still green. The tips are still very green. They haven't turned brown. And so they're still growing. These tips are still growing. And a lot of them have sharp tips, which mean they've grown back from when they were previously grazed off. Not all of them. Look at this one. See, it's still got a little bit of from the previous grazing. It's not completely recovered, but we're gonna graze it because we're here. And we'll come back here in 60 days and we'll hit this again with one more final graze for the year, supplemented by those big round bales up there, and those were left over from last year. We've got a stack there, and we have another stack over here on the farm that we bought. So we'll give them a strip of grass in the morning, and we'll give them a hay bale at the same time. Strip of grass, strip of hay. And we'll just keep doing that coming through here this winter. Somebody asked us, why do you keep moving your cows in the wintertime when the grass isn't growing? It's because you want to keep the cattle out of the mud, you want to keep them out of their feces, and animals need to be moved onto clean ground constantly to keep them from, you know, ingesting parasites and getting mud on their hair coat. And folks, if you can keep your animals looking like this bull right here, I mean, he's just a prime example. I mean, look at that. He's just a beautiful animal. But you want their hair coat to look like that. Animals don't look like that, and they get, you know, manure and mud all stuck to their hair coat, and they're constantly having to walk in mud to eat some hay off of the mud and stuff like that. You're gonna have to worm your animals. Folks, we haven't wormed an animal in 23 years. That's right, we haven't wormed an animal in 23 years. Not a sheep or a cow. And part of our success in that, well, a major portion of that is we're moving them. We're not leaving them in the same area and letting them, you know, eat in their manure and their urine. And if you make the animals eat the plants down really short, you know, just take a total graze on it, take it down to the dirt, they're ingesting parasites. Where do you think the parasites are living? I guarantee you they're not up here on the top. They can't take sunlight. They're down here. They're down in that canopy. So when you make your animals eat it off really short, just take the total plant, take everything off, totally gone. You're getting parasites in them animals. And then you got to pull out the ipomac, and then you pull out this, and you pull out that. Next thing you know, you've killed all the biology on your farm, pouring all that crap on them. And it ends up in the manure. It's just a beautiful sight. This is my favorite time of the day. Getting to put the animals onto a fresh paddock. Do y'all hear anything bawling? All right, cat, I made a lie around it. He's looking for mom. I haven't had my breakfast yet. But I mean, you don't hear any cows out. Everything's very content. Well, you can't see in the sun there. I'll go past that. But everything's content, and they get moved again tonight. And the reason we're giving them big paddocks right now, they're on about, I think this one's 10 acres. 10 or 11 acres. Then tonight they'll get another 10 or 11. And we're going to keep doing that because we want to leave a good sward behind so we can come back in 60 days, you know, when the snow or ice or whatever is freezing. And I'm telling you folks, if you can keep your cattle on pasture all winter long and keep moving them, they just do better, even though the grass may be brown. Now, I'm talking about fescue. I just had a guy email me, or he could have been a comment, and he said, Greg, can I do what you're doing in South Dakota? Well, I think in South Dakota you may be looking at brome, and brome does not hold its relative feed value very well when it goes dormant. This stuff does. And so I was hesitant to tell him he could do what I'm doing because he's in a different area than we are, and brome just doesn't stay good feed after it gets cold and then it turns brown. So you may have to put a protein supplement or something out there in the winter to get those cows to perform on dried up brome. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.